You are now watching a Lucky Penny Shop product feature. Hey, it's Lucky Penny Shop, and today we're doing the Kracie Popin Cookin ice cream making set. I can make ice cream cones and ice cream sundae, so it's pretty neat. We'll check it out. There's strawberry flavored, it looks like, on the outside. So let me turn the box around so we can see the back. Now the back has a bunch of unique steps on here, and if you take a look at it in detail, it's a lot of stuff that you're not seeing everybody else do. So we're going to try to do it exactly like they show on the back of the box, because you have to cut this wafer up, and it's used as a spacer for the different, for the cone and for the sundae. So we'll show you that when we get to it. Let me take it out of the box. And careful now, because we need this box. This box is actually a display piece, and they show you right here on the front how you display the box open. So I'm going to be careful when I'm opening this here. And it looks like it goes all the way and then folds down. So let me get this out. Okay, so we'll set that off to the side. I'll use that in a second. A lot of times there's also directions on the packaging. So they show you the different ways to pipe here. Looks like little cutout things that you can do too. Maybe not, I don't know, we'll see. So the back has really nothing on it. And they don't need the actual packaging for a tray, so we don't have to save any of that. And then let's put these down on the table and see what we get inside. All right, so you get your two, we would call them sugar cones here. It's like a sugar cone. And this is like a bowl, and then two wafers, your piping bag, and your plastic container. So let me get this all organized, go over it real quick, and then we'll check right back. All right, I have everything set up here. I had to grab my scissors. I just wanted to go over a few things. The tray only gets cut in one spot, so I'll do that next. The box in the back, I have it set up in the display way. Now, it folded over in the back, and there was pieces that broke and then pieces that stayed together, as you can see. So now I have a nice display piece. Now I took my piping bag and put in a little cup to make it easier when I put the icing in. A lot of people had that recommendation on the video, so I'm going to do what y'all said. And then as you can see, the figure on this side, on the blue side of the bag, matches the figure on this bag. See this character right here? He goes here, so you know that goes on the right side and the pink on the left side. So we're going to do that. And a couple little tidbits I have to show you, which I really don't see anybody else doing, and they show you on the back of the box, is the wafer cookies. Now, part of the wafer cookies are to make this one treat, but the other wafer cookies are meant to go inside the base of the different pieces, but the sugar cone looks like it has some for decoration, but I'll put some inside anyway to support the frost. And then look, there's wafers here, and then they show them under the icing, so you put those down first before you fill it. It's kind of a take up space, use less frosting, so we're going to do that. So what I need to do now is cut, and based on the instructions, one more time I'll just show you, they show the pink on the left side and the white on the right side of the tray. And one last little thing, they have a nice little area there to hold your cones when you decorate. So we're all set. I'm ready to go. Now remember, it's one scoop of this and then icing. So we'll put the pink flavoring or icing in first. Let's just give it a quick sniff. That is strawberry. And then one scoop of the water, and all these little trays have a little spout where you pour through, just like a little mini pitcher. So right now I'm just going to scoop up the water I need, get it to the right amount, and pour it in. So there you go. We'll need that for the second one, so we'll mix this one first. Let me just get my camera zoomed in there. Okay. Looks like it's going to be a nice consistency. Got to get all the powder out from the bottom, so just make sure you work it around. Ooh, look nice. Okay. think that's pretty good. Scrape it off the edges, make sure there's no powder down there. Good. We'll wipe that off. I'll taste it. Yep, that is the strawberry. So let's do the next powder. Now this is the white one. So we'll put that in the next compartment. Ooh, there was a tiny drop of water in there. Okay. And then again, I'll scoop in my 1 scoop of water. So I'm officially done with the water now, so I'll put that way off to the side. And here we go. I think probably the hardest part is getting your icing into the bag. That's always troublesome. So we'll see if that cup technique works. And I just keep scraping near the bottom to make sure I get it all, the powder off. Okay. That looks pretty good. Now my white is on my little spoon spatula, so I'm going to put that in there first. But I'm going to give that just a second. I'm going to come in here now and cut my wafers. Now remember, there's a triple stack. This is not the best surface to cut it on, so I'm going to move it to my white top right here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean off my spatula because I want to have that ready so after it's piped, I'm ready to go. And they show it on the box. You just taking your spatula tool and using it as a cutter. Now it looks like I need one cut in 3 and then the other one cut in different sections to use as the filler. So I'm just going to cut this in 3 and see how that works. Pretty easy. Actually, this looks like a good size. I'm just going to go with this. And I'm going to use a little bit as filler. There, so there's one of my treats. So I'll put that in the back. And now they show about this size chopped up for the bottom of the sundae bowl. And they show 2 pieces, 2 little pieces right there. So that goes in the bottom of my sundae bowl. And that's spacer. See how that's going to act as a way to keep the icing in place. And they show longer ones in the cones. So I'm just going to do this and then cut them this way. Put one in each cone. So that's going to keep your icing in check there. So I'll put this one in here. There you go. See that? And then they show some other ones cut as accents. So I'm going to just cut them on little angles. So I'll cut them this way first. So I can use these as little accent pieces. Okay, see that? And then I'll cut one more. Okay, so I have 4 of those. So I'll tell you what I have to do, actually. I'm going to clean up a little bit and get back and get the icing in the piping bag. Okay, just had to wipe down the tabletop and reposition here. So now I'm going to put the white frosting on the right. We'll see how this goes. I'm just going to kind of stick it to the one side of the bag like that. Get as much as I can out of there. Okay, and then now I need to get the pink on the other side. It's thickened up really nice too, so it looks like a nice frosting. A little bit more and I think we're good. Okay, there we go. So let's get out of the way. We're done with the tray. I keep licking the frosting. And it's tasty. So let me get my sprinkles in my little bowl here. so I know what I have to work with here. Okay, and now easily take the bag out now. That's nice the way they, nice idea everybody out there. And now I can push it down. I think I'm going to use my plastic tool here to get it to come down now. Evenly. Okay. There we go. So now it looks like I have to cut to get some, release some air out of there. So I'm going to cut this right on the dotted line where they show it. Okay. Move this down a little bit more. There you go, nice. Okay, looks like the white beat out the pink, but I think we're ready to go. So I'm actually going to go take this now and wash this out because I want this to be clean when I'm decorating. Alright, I'm all set. I wanted to wash that out. It was just looking really dirty. So remember, I put in my filler pieces, and now I just need to fill the cones, and it looks like they have a swirl pattern on there. So I'll get a little in the bottom to fill that nice. And this one's going to be, oh, there we go, combination of colors. So it's pink, and it's white, and you pull it up to get that little tip. So we'll do that. That one's good. And the next one. So with those filler pieces in there, it gives you a nice bed to put your flavoring on. And I guess the wider you go, the higher this will be. See, that this is a little higher than the other one. That came out good. So we'll set that one there. And there's quite a bit. So then this one here, you've got your spacers, so you can fill in the bottom now. Okay, and I think I'm going to pump this one, fill this one here going this way. How's that? That one's pretty good. And then the last one in this one is the stacker. So they just have a little bit on each layer. I'm getting a nice ribbon of color there. Okay, and then one more. Just so those stick together real good. Probably could have put more in there, but and that's how much frosting I have left. So you can probably do a little more decorating if you want. And then I will move this out of the way. And maybe I'll just do another circle here. There. Okay, so now it's time to decorate. So let me get these in place here. Now I have little wedges, so I'm going to put a little wedge on one of them. Okay. And then I brought in some tweezers again, yeah. Occasionally I'll bring in tweezers because they're just so delicate to work with these kits. You have to, if you want to place everything just right. Now you can just dump them on here, I'll show you. And they should stick. Here, I'll dump them on the Sundae. So you don't have to, you know, spend a lot of time placing them because you're really just going to eat them. But we're going for a specific look here. And then I think I'm going to do a blue heart on another side. So put that up. There you go. Turn that down. So that has two hearts on it. So let me put these in the back, because what I'm going to do is clean up one more time and get into the display box. Remember I showed you there's a display box. So let me just sprinkle on these. And the tray catches it, which is nice. How's that? I'm going to eat a piece of this wafer. And it tastes like wafer. So there you go. As you see, I have a little mess here. So let me clean this up and put the final display on and taste these. All right, here we go. This is the final product. I was going to add one more heart to complete this look on this one. And now you see, let me just give you a shot of that one there. The final product. And I'm really happy with it. I think overall, kit is pretty easy. You saw what I went through to get through the whole process. Didn't really edit anything out in regards to behind the scenes. except for adding a couple hearts, and then I finished that up for you there. So I think it's time for me to, well, let me give you a little tighter shot. See if the camera still focuses in there. That's pretty good. Kind of crazy with the background there, but let me taste this one here. This was the 3 wafer stack. The frosting's okay. Boy, I hate to just bite into the other ones, right? They look so good. So let me bite off one of my ice cream cones so I can taste the cone. Not bad. Pretty good. I like these kind of kits. A lot of people say they taste funny or they taste weird. I don't think so. I think they taste okay for what they are. They're not like the original things, but they're still tasty. So thanks for watching. It's really appreciated. If you want to see more Kracie sets, check that description below or search our channel. Later. If you want to find this item, click the link in the description area below the video. You can also watch more videos in this series by clicking here. Thanks for watching. And always remember, if you see a lucky penny, pick it up.